Speaking of that, Elon Musk is finally finding success at Twitter in his effort to remove blue verified check marks from prominent profiles whose owners will not pay for authentication. The social media giant began to make good on its promise to remove the check marks from users last night, but the move caused widespread confusion over which accounts are authentic. Various fake accounts sprang up, including this one claiming to be Hillary Clinton and proclaiming her entry into the 2024 race. That tweet received over 60,000 views before being taken down. The removal of the free verification process also raises concerns about the risks of misinformation. A number of false government accounts, including some posing as the IRS amid tax filing season, emerged yesterday. Other accounts, such as this one from the city of New York, attempted to proclaim their authenticity only to be met by fraudulent accounts that created further chaos. Users seeking verification can pay $8 a month for a subscription program in which any account can obtain a blue check mark.
Well, and that's the thing, Gene Robinson. It is absolutely chaotic. I looked at so many of these examples yesterday where it's just absolute chaos, and especially with these government agencies, these health agencies, these safety agencies. This is the possibility of fraud. I mean, this is going to cause a lot of heartache, a lot of hardship for Americans, and
how about for democracy?
Trying to sort through this, and there are real safety and public health issues here.
Exactly.
And I don't really understand it, to be honest with you.
I don't understand it either. And you're right. There are real public safety issues. There are government agencies that need to, tweet like you're in danger, there's a tornado coming, that sort of thing. And you don't know who is who on Twitter. Now, it's always been a place where you had to tread carefully. And you had to, really pay attention to figure out, yes, this is legitimately the person I think it is. Now, that becomes all but impossible. And so I don't know. Now, I looked at Twitter just now. I still have my blue check mark. I have no idea why. I don't know why. I assume it'll go away.
You paid for it, Gene. Come on.
No. He's got enough money. So no. But again, it's now. But somebody could pretend they're me and pay him $8, and they would have a blue check mark. And so
that's right.
How do you tell? How do you tell?
Yeah, I lost my blue check mark, I will just say. But I think there is a real danger here. The old Twitter pre-Musk had plenty of flaws, but it had become, over time, a place where you could go for official government information. It became where government agencies and news outlets would go first to put out vital stuff, tornado warnings, breaking news, there's a flood coming, hurricanes, whatever it might be. And people knew to turn to Twitter for real-time information. It would often be faster than seeing it anywhere else for other form of media, and that's gone now. This is dangerous. And why? Because it goes back to our previous conversation. This is Elon Musk's effort to own the libs. Like, he has in many ways tipped his hand to his own political ideology, at least on Twitter, setting aside his brilliance in terms of inventions. And by doing so, that sort of petulant act is changing a lot of things for that outlet and could endanger lives at some point.
Well, friends that are close to him say that this is all just a game. He's not liberal or a conservative. He likes poking at people. But I must say, this is a dangerous game as far as, again, if you're talking about New York City government, if you're talking about hospitals, if you're talking about governmental institutions. That's it. Just on a personal level, you know what? I didn't ask for a blue check mark. I'm really good without a blue check mark. I've got to say, when people always ask, how long does it take you to get ready for a show? And I remember, watching Tim Russert or watching Chris Matthews. They used to get stacks of paper, and they would read through printed out stories. And I'm sure just like you guys and just like Mika, what I do or what I have been doing is I'll be working. I'll take 5 minutes off in the middle of the day. I'll grab my phone and I'll just go down the news feed. And what I used to be able to do, to your point, Jonathan, what I used to be able to do is know what was going on in the world for the most part in 5 minutes. I'd hit the links, I'd read the stories, and then I'd put it down, I'd go work, I'd come back an hour later, I'd scroll down, I'd get it. I will tell you, especially yesterday, because the non-verified, I don't have time to check and see what's real and what's not real. Ads are cluttering up that timeline. And I would guess my use of Twitter is probably dropped by about, I don't know, probably 30, 40, 50%. And
mine's dropped by like 80, 90%.
Yeah.
I just don't find it to be, I can't get the news anymore.
Right.
It's cluttered by other stuff. I cannot figure out the verified, unverified mentions. It doesn't come up. It's not as fast. It's strange. Yeah. It's not a tool for me for news gathering anymore.
Yeah, but Jonathan, it just is, it's so much more clunky now. And, people have been whining for a very long time. Oh, democracy's. And I was like, it's social media. Get over it, right? And I just sort of kept sort of going through it because we lived without Twitter, but we can live without Twitter again.
Yes, we can.
But in this case, I will say it is a shame that great news feed has been taken away because. It's at times I just I go through it for about 2 minutes and I'm like, I'll just read the papers.
I'm with you. I never used Twitter as a place to argue in the public forum like a lot of people did, and for some that was even part of the appeal. But in terms of a news feed, it just you picked the accounts that you wanted to follow, and you could get the real-time updates to what's going on, and it was very useful for people in our industry, but also for people who just want to be informed. That was Twitter's service. It was very good at that. But even that has now started to slip. They've got the two columns where they have one where it's people you're following, but other ones they're suggesting for you, and sometimes it's hard to tell which is which.
What is that?
And often you're getting stuff you don't want there. Also, the ads have really changed, and they become in some ways much more sensational than they used to be. And it also speaks, frankly, to Musk losing money at Twitter. That a lot of the big advertisers have fled, and now he's trying to get people to pay for these check marks. And at least if yesterday was any evidence, not many people are.
Gene, Mika may have lost a news feed in Twitter, but you did gain a $12.95 tank top from Twitter.
I don't know what the consequence of buying something on Twitter.
There's so many ads now on Twitter that she's like, I'll get that. But Gene, I would guess you would agree as well. They're just
the ads. There's so many ads now, and so you can click and say, not interested in this ad or block this ad or whatever. You'd get the same ad the next day. You just can't get rid of them for some reason.
It's just not as good. All right, still.